Santa Barbara, Talon-Talon, and Mariki. They were deployed last night, and upon information received that a group of armed MNLF will be arriving in Riondo, the Naval Special Operations Group, through a maritime interdiction, intercepted that group of armed MNLF, and were able to engage at about 1:45 this morning for about 10 minutes at sea. Unfortunately, one member of the Special Operations Group of the Philippine Navy and 6 were wounded. Now this group, on the group at Riondo already, we were already prepared that the possibility that there will be an armed confrontation. So at about 0400, the troops there at Task Force Zamboanga were able to hold on the area of Santa Barbara, Talon-Talon, and Riondo. That prevented these elements from the MNLF from marching. And as a result, since 0400, there is a standoff in the area. There is believed to be about 20 hostages taken by these MNLF elements. Troops in the area are reinforced with armor and air asset together with our Philippine National Police counterpart. So that's the timeline. For those asking if we already have, as early as 2 days ago, information on this.
What will be done about this information, sir?
Sir, 3 days ba o 2 days?
3 days.
Sir, anong overall situation sa ground, sir? Still may standoff sa mga hostage area?
The City Crisis Management Committee has convened, and the mayor, headed by the mayor, is on top of the situation. The Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines together, under the leadership of the Crisis Committee, are addressing the problems they're at. We have the necessary force to contain these MNLF forces. So our mission right now is to contain them and prevent them from getting out of the Riondo area.
You mentioned about several barangays, sir. Ano yun, sir? Buong yung areas na yung na-mention barangay, or the lahat ng barangay, o packets lang ng MNLF?
These are coastal barangays, and that these coastal barangays are where these MNLF came from. And of course, when we have information on that, we wanted to make sure that they were not be able to get out from these barangays. So, as I said, late last night, we already deployed in that area, and we prevented them from coming out. But right now, the situation has changed because they have hostages. They are using these hostages as human shields to try to penetrate the line that we have already established last night. This is so that they could enter the city, and we will not let that happen.
Sir, how many MNLF forces are you facing in Santa Catarina? Yung may hostage yun, sir?
Well, an estimate of the MNLF forces in the area is about from 200 to 300.
200 to 300. So
yes.
all these...
But they have not yet penetrated the line of that we established since last night.
Sir, how many yung nandun sa Santa Catalina na consider natin na merong standoff at hinahawakan ng hostages? How many?
As of now, the official reports about 20 hostages but we've yet to update you later if there are other events that may happen. But as of now, there's about 20 hostages being held at the Kaitangyan area.
Sir,
Kaitangyan area.
Gano'ng karami yung tropa na
Yes,
MNLF, sir, yung question ko kasi, sir, gano'ng karami tropa ng MNLF na nandun sa may Santa Catalina?
Like I said earlier, 200 to about 300 is the estimate of Colonel Colina.
Sir, ano po demand ng MNLF?
There's no demand. They refuse to talk to us.
Pero pakiulit yung area.
Oo nga. Katain niya.
Kaitang yan.
Kaitang niya.
Sir,
Kaitang yan is on the outskirts of Rio Hondo. Hindi na, Kaitang yan.
sir, how many women, how many children?
We have no data because Kaitang yan is deep inside. Our soldiers are just able to see them, but we cannot discern the gender or the ages.
Sabi namin natin, Kaitang yan is in Santa Catalina.
Yes, that area.
Santa Catalina is a barangay in Zamboanga City.
Yes.
How near is Santa Catalina to the City Hall? To the City Hall?
About 1 to 2 kilometers.
1 to 2 kilometers.
But again, we have troops already in place there last night in the fringes of Rio Hondo. And yes.
You're saying may lines na set up as of last night.
Yes.
But the first encounter was at 1:45.
Correct, yes.
Are you saying that even before they could have landed into the city, nakapwesto na po kayo?
Yes.
What, can you be more specific? Elaborate.
Like I said, the first encounter was 1:45 in the morning. But we have already received reports that they are planning something. So we have already deployed troops, combat troops in Zamboanga City to prevent such. And we did. They were not able to cross over from Rio Hondo.
So how do we explain now, sir, the 20 hostages?
Because this area is a residential area. Rio Hondo is a community, no? It's a coastal community. And there are a lot of residents living in that area. So there's a possibility that in their desire to punch through the position of our troops, it is I cannot ascertain if that's their true intent, but it is possible that they got these human shields in order for them to punch through the AFP forces, AFP and PNP forces they're at.
Sir, ano po yung weapons na dala ng MNLF based on your intel?
Well, they're armed with high caliber firearms like rifles and the likes. But again, the forces that we deployed there are substantial, and we have enough forces there to include armor assets, and we even have air cover. So as we speak, that we are still holding that area and we are preventing them from coming out.
Sir, ilang oras ng hawak-hawak ng grupong MNLF yung mga hostages? How many hours na sila na?
The troops reported seeing the hostages, our estimates about 0800.
8 a.m. this morning, sir.
Thereabout.
And sir, can you confirm kasi may denial daw ang group na hindi daw pala sila.
May reported denials.
May denials ng grupong MNLF. Are you pretty sure that sila?
Well, as of the moment, our concern, as of the moment, is to answer this aggression, this armed threat. If there is any denial and that, we leave that to pertinent authorities. At the moment, we are answering those armed and creating, using violence and creating aggression in the area. We want to ensure the safety and security of the citizens of Zamboanga City. On what they're fighting for, what their objective, political objective is at the moment, is a concern of the AFP, but our greater concern is that they do not advance into the city armed. We want to address the armed component of this group. So that we want to ensure na no other civilians will be harmed.
Yung information 3 days ago, ano yung initial information? You said you had info.
Well, we have information that the MNLF is planning to hold mass action in Zamboanga. But again, if you recall, a few weeks back, they did also have mass action in Davao and it was peaceful. But of course, we cannot take in account the possibility that there may be armed. So we prepared for that. And as of last night, we have confirmed that there are armed elements, and we interdicted a lot of their armed elements at sea. Although there were some that were able to still conduct their planned operation, we prevented them from entering the city, which is their objective. We believe their objective is to reach the city hall.
Sir,
And we prevented that.
Sir, kahapon anong oras na? Ano yung succession ng
information 3 days ago and then the next info was yesterday?
So 3 days ago, we knew of mass action. Okay? And then last night was the time we confirmed that there will be already armed aggression. They will try to march to the City Hall, and we cannot allow that. There is only one legitimate military force in our country, and that is the Armed Forces of the Philippines. We cannot allow another armed force to march around our cities. That is unacceptable.
Sir, nabanggit ninyo na nakikita ng matauhan niyo yung mga nandoon sa building. Can you please describe to us kung ano yung itsura ng building?
I cannot give you the details. These are just reports received on what actually is going on the ground. I will just have to get.
School building, sir? Or?
I do not have that information.
So, clarification lang, yung mga hostages are within Santa Catalina because there are persistent reports of hostages in some other barangays. Like, there's 200 daw in Kasanyanga. That's another barangay within the city.
I have to get back to you on that. We have to get verify more reports on that.
Civilians naman ay.
So, may nadamay bang civilians?
Mayroong collateral damage na sir.
And even from the MNLF group, sir, how many?
There are reports no na there are civilians that were killed by the MNLF. No? The one report we have is there are 2 civilians killed by the MNLF and that vicinity, no? And 4 wounded. So, as you can see, it is really important that we contain these armed elements the soonest possible time.
Sir,
Saan daw yung civilians? Saan po yung nakatay? Saan daw yung civilians na nakatay?
doon sa area.
That area of Santa Catalina.
Yung sa part ng MNLF, may casualty?
We have no info yet on that, no? Because right now our engagement are malalayo engagement natin sa kanila. They cannot advance. So they will try to advance, but our troops position there at is overwhelming. Hindi sila maka-advance. So a lot of our engagement are more on targeting. They're targeting us. We're targeting them. More like that.
Sir, did you know yung ages ng dalawang
We don't have that information yet.
Sir, they've done this in 2001. What do you think is what they hope to achieve by this time na nagkakaroon na naman sila ng murderous rampage?
Again, we do not know the political intent. No? What we do know is they're right now they're armed. They wish to enter the city. And as the only wielder of legitimate military force, the AFP and the PNP cannot allow them to do that. On what their other intent is, if there's a political intent, that is not our concern at the moment. Our concern is the safety and security of the populace in Zamboanga. And we are doing that right now. We are addressing that together with the Philippine National Police led by the LGU.
Sir, yung mga hostage ba, civilian populace, yung mga hostage, sir, mga civilian
Yes.
Sir, magkakaiwalay ba silang pumasok? Yung MNLF?
Sir, sa inyo.
We have reports several areas kasi ang pinanggalingan nila. As you know, there's also report from Zamboanga Sibugay, Zamboanga del Sur.
Ano yung way, sir, ng pagpapasok?
Vary, no? Pwedeng by land, meron by boat. But again, no, monitor natin is they are unarmed when they entered Zamboanga City.
So, where they could have gotten their firearms?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's why na-confirm natin yung firearms nung na-armed na sila is last night. That's why we conducted interdiction immediately. And we deployed troops immediately.
Saan galing firearms?
Well, as you know, Riondo is a big area, no? And to cache firearms there is a possibility, and they could have put cache of firearms there. So we have yet to find out. But one thing for sure is they came in unarmed initially, except the one last night.
Pero ganun ba kalakas na ang forces? And can you compare from 2001 and then ngayon? Kasi it seems like medyo malakas yung force nila up to cancel all of the flights going to Zamboanga. Can you...
I have no information on why the trips are cancelled. That is a decision made by civilian authorities. What I can tell you is the actions of the armed forces.
Ilan ba talaga sir yung affected, sir? Kasi may report na 5 daw. So, ilan ba talaga?
For now, there are 5 barangays directly affected. So, And we don't want that to increase anymore.
Ito ba kalaki ang force ng MNLF? 200.
Ang estimate namin yung nandun right now.
At yan po ang nagpapatuloy na press conference ng AFP sa Camp Aguinaldo tungkol pa rin sa krisis sa Zamboanga City. Ayon kay Lieutenant Colonel Ramon Zagala, mga coastal barangays ang lugar kung saan naroon ngayon ang mga puwersa ng MNLF. 20 nga daw ang hostage na sibilyan na hawak ngayon ng 200 hanggang 300 miyembro ng Moro National Liberation Front. Pero ang puwersang ito hindi pa raw nakakalusot sa linya na kanilang in-establish mula pa kagabi. Hanggang sa mga oras na ito ay wala pa naman daw demand o kahilingan ang MNLF, partikular na sa kanilang mga hawak na mga hostages. Ayaw daw kausapin ng MNLF ang militar, kung kaya't ang crisis management team sa pangunguna ng alkalde ng mayor ng Zamboanga ay naghahanap ng paraan para makontak ang mga MNLF at ma-establish kung ano yung kanilang balak gawin, lalo na't may hawak nga sila ngayong mga hostages. Una na rito ay may impormasyon naman ang AFP na merong gagawing armed aggression ang MNLF kagabi, kung kaya't nagsagawa sila ng interdiction o pagpapaigting pa ng kanilang patrolya sa karagatan papasok ng Zamboanga City na nagresulta nga sa bakbakan kung saan isang sundalo ang namatay sa naturang engkwentro. Sa ngayon ay kinukumpirma din umano ng AFP na may 2 sibilyan na pinatay ang MNLF doon sa isa sa 3 barangay na kanilang kinukubkob sa ngayon.